SMT Nation, we back. Nation, we may have problems at Verizon. Now, this is going to be completely situational, dare I say anecdotal, but I do want to explain something that I am seeing with the Verizon network that might cause some of you to see the same thing that I am. All right, now I want to start this off by saying this is completely location dependent. This will not happen on every single type of situation with every single person and in all different places, but this is happening where I am. It's possible it happens where you are. Okay, so let me explain why I have concerns about the Verizon network and why we may need to have to temper our expectations for our speed testers out there. All right, so follow me on X on Twitter. That's where I posted this image. This is a screenshot of some speed tests that I ran in the evening yesterday, and I ran them back to back to back to back. And what I did was I ran speed tests on the Verizon 5G Home Internet Plus plan. Right, I got it the day before they changed the terms. Right, the day before they changed to slower speeds for their plans, and they raised pricing. So I'm grandfathered in for like 3 years on the price that I have and the speeds that I get. But folks, I'm telling you, it may not matter. Okay, so the two speed tests at the bottom, one taken at 804, one taken at 805, connecting to the Verizon 5G Home Internet, you will see that my downlink throughput, 212 down, about 25 megs up on the second test, and on the first test, 236 and 28 respectively. In and of itself, folks, there is nothing wrong with those speeds. They are perfectly fine. But I just want to discuss what I was getting before. I mean, I'm not even joking, folks. We're talking about a week or two ago. These speeds would have been closer to 400 megabits per second. What is going on? Folks, this is usage. This is usage. Around me, I now have 5 different Verizon 5G Home Internet wireless networks that I see when I'm sitting in my family room. That means whether it's apartments or it's homes or condos, there are individuals who are going to take to the Verizon 5G Home Internet service who have done so based on cost, based on the value that it brings, maybe expensive or terrible cable options or what have you. But folks, when I go running in my neighborhood, there are more, which is shocking because AT&T fiber is in all of these different neighborhood segments where I live. And Cox Home Internet, the Cox Communications Home Internet has been here for years. People are choosing Verizon's 5G Home Internet over wireline connections. I get why they don't want Cox. It's trash. But the AT&T fiber is absolutely phenomenal. I don't know what's going on here. Now, comparatively, what I wanted to do is look at the 5G speeds when you connect on device. And it's basically in line, right? Because it's all basically QCI 7. So 271 down and 26 up, 198 down, 23.6 up. That's on device. So it's basically the same. So we've seen throughput. I mean, folks, they just went from 60 megahertz to 100 megahertz of bandwidth N77, right? And the speeds doubled basically. And they've been adding customers since that day. So folks, the purpose of this video is to show you Verizon doesn't really care about speed tests. They are going to monetize the network, right? With 5G home internet users, they have to recoup the money that they've spent on the network, the 40 or 50 billion dollars they've spent on C-band, the millimeter wave deployments, the 10 gig fiber circuits, paying engineers and all these things. There is cost for maintaining and building these networks. They don't care about your speed test. This is plenty good, right? There's no concerns here, but I think it changes expectations. When Verizon puts in the terms up to 300 megabits, they mean it, right? They are going to take whatever monetization that they can accomplish, and they're going to do that. They don't care about your top speeds. They care about monetizing their network. Plenty good. It's not going to harm your experience for 99% of the people, but for someone who was previously getting 400, 500, 600 megabits per second possibly, remember the old terms for the 5G Home Plus were up to 1000 megabits per second. You see, you must temper your expectations, right? The AT&T fiber is still going to be the best option here. And in a lot of places, that fiber will be the best option. And in some instances, the cable will be the best option. Verizon is a option. It might be the better option in some instances, but we're kind of seeing what's going on here. There's additional bandwidth coming. We've got another 40 megahertz of N77 that still can be aggregated with the connection. We're waiting for Samsung Radio Gear for an update to be able to do that and some devices. And when we move to a standalone core, you've got options to then also aggregate with CBRS and other frequencies, move spectrum from LTE over to 5G. There's still things that they can do, but I think it's time to pump the brakes. Verizon has made it very, very clear they are going to monetize. They are going to sell. They don't care about speed tests, right? I mean, they kind of do. They don't want their network looking and feeling slow, especially when they just spend all this money on it. But on a person's speed test, doesn't really matter to them, right? And I think it's time that we adjust our network expectations for the Verizon 5G home internet in places where the uptake is high. I will tell you, this is an outlier. I would not have expected this, but it's happening, and it may happen where you are. All right, still fine. It's not the end of the world. You just have to be realistic. All right, now Verizon's monetizing, the 5G and ultra wideband with their mobile plans. They're doing it with their home internet plans. They're just attacking this ARPU thing. Now, this is network management. I know a lot of people were talking about the home internet and why they slowed the speeds and added the 1080p video cap. Folks, this is network management, right? The speeds and stuff like that. The 1080p video on the entry-level home internet plan, that is not that's not speed management. That's not network management. That is monetization. They don't even want you taking the entry-level plan. They want you to move up so you can get the 4K video streaming. So you have monetization on all ends. If I manage the network, I can put more customers on a sector, right? So instead of 10 extremely heavy power users, I can have 15, users that are kind of slowed down a little bit, right? They each get their piece. They get a decent experience, but I can get more customers. That extra 5 or 10 customers on a sector adds an additional, I don't know, what are we talking? Maybe $250 a month, on that sector, just for having the service, having the additional customers, right? $50 a month, whatever it is, 35, whatever. That's what's going on here, folks. Give me your thoughts and opinions on my testing. Again, anecdotal, specific to the location, not a guarantee to happen where you are, but it is happening on some sectors, on some cell sites across the country. We'll continue to monitor, but your thoughts and opinions, welcome down below. Tell me what you guys think of this. Tell me what you think of the performance, kind of what you're seeing. Love to hear what you guys have to say. You all the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notifications to never miss an upload. And don't forget, there's ways to support us linked in the description. It'll also be pinned in the first comment. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.